And then we'll just go here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Brooke Brown. How's it going, Brooke? Watching me the first time? Yeah, this is kind of. I've done a few lives. I want to start talking to more people. I usually do. I don't know if you've ever seen my. I practice telekinesis, Tai Chi, energy. I like to tune into the flow of energy because that's how we learn. Like, you can learn everything by studying nature, and all nature is a progression of a flow of energy. Come watch your lives. Sure, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Stacy. So yeah, I want to just start. I was hoping to talk, see if anyone ever wants to come up on here and talk too. Uh, 'Cause that's the biggest thing. Is like I want everyone. What makes this world so beautiful is like our superpower is our perception. Our ability to perceive the world is what makes. That's what we're here for. Is for our own, for us to see the world through our own eyes. No one else can see. No one else can perceive the way we do, and that's what's so beautiful about. Well, that's what's beautiful about everything. But we've getting like we've been jammed down our throat. Like we have to trust these experts and not to think for ourselves. Don't believe our eyes. Just do what we're told, and everyone's waking up to it. Like I can't believe when you when you start to wake up to it, the synchronicities happen. I think everyone's probably experienced some kind of spiritual. Everyone that finds me, I believe, it has had probably in the last 4 years some sort of spiritual, something big that's impacted them. Well, like the pandemic, that pandemic, why they kept us six, and Samuel knows this. The reason they kept us 6 foot apart is because if we were to come together at that time, if we would have known back then, if we were to bring our energies together, we could have transcended something. And we still can though. Like there's an energetic shift going on, guys, and there's like this is the age of knowledge. We have everything we need. At all the knowledge we could possibly ever want is actually at our fingertips. We're just realizing we're never paying attention to it. Like we know enough to know what to do from here. We just need leaders. We just need people that are willing to stand up, righteous people. And that's the thing is like that's the biggest thing. I stand up here, I do what I do. I get made fun of constantly because I want to show people that like that no nothing anyone can say can bring us down. Like if you are know who you are in here, if you know your heart and you know what you're here to do, nothing can stop you. You already know what you got to do what you got to do. They'll catch on. You'll help them along the way. They're just projecting their hurt, just projecting they're just projecting their negative energy, but that's trauma. That's just their own trauma programming. We got to forgive them for their trauma programming. We love them. They're the most hurt. The ones who seem the healthiest, the ones with the money and jobs, they're under mind control. They believe they're special and the rest of us should all suffer. But that's because they were trained. That's that narcissistic black magic that's been worked on people for the last at least 80 to 100 years, man. If not, who, and that we got to get to the bottom. We got to let go of the false narratives. We got to address the elephants in the room and just start having real conversations about what's really going on in the world. And like, we can't hold ourselves back. Some people aren't ready to have these conversations, and that's not like, that's okay. But we can't if we don't do something that because we're afraid of what other people are going to think or say, we're allowing ourselves to be controlled. We're being mind controlled. We're allowing ourselves to not speak our truths because of the fear of backlash. And like I said, once you have that spiritual, once you wake up spiritually and you know what you have to do, what you're here to do, it's not a choice. Like you, I, what else? There's nothing else to do. There's one path. All leads road back to Rome, you know, and all roads lead back to Rome is quite crazy because it Babylon. This is like a Babylon system has been projected upon us for that is what's going on, guys. This is, you got to understand the manifest and unmanifest. Our imagination isn't imaginary. There is a real, what we give the energy we give to thoughts become things. All right, egregores, tulpas, these things are real. Gray aliens, many of us, I have had experiences with gray aliens. These are demonic entities that they are projecting on us for us to worship and say, come save me, alien. No, 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 no. I fell in that trap. And that's when I had my experiences with the grays because I had to work past that. Only I am my savior. I can save me. No one else can. I have to free myself in here. I have to go into Solomon's temple and find the truth. Only I can save me. And that's what everyone has to realize. I'm not here to be saved. I'm here to save myself. And then everyone, you raise your vibration and that will start to raise the vibration of everyone around you. I am. And that's the thing. We all are. We're all just reflections of each other. I'm God. You're God. I'm a reflection of you. We're just here to experience each other through, we're God here to experience ourselves through each other. It's all about raising our awareness and just raising our level of understanding. I've been had a bunch of experiences, but one in particular sticks out. The first one when I was youngest. Oh, I actually had my first experience, wasn't with a gray, but what I called I did see a guardian angel when I was like 6 years old is what I told everyone. But what it was, and this is what led me to further understand egregores looking at this in retrospect, because when I was 6 years old, I had all this fear. Like a lot of us, I think we went through a lot of traumatic things as kids, and that's partially why we're aware of the things we are now. Is because we've worked through the trauma. We've been through heaven and hell, and you got to work through the duality to understand that there you can't live in the extremes. Hi, Kiki, I love you. But when I was I was about 6 years old, a ball of light, and this is the first time I ever did telekinesis. A ball of light came into my room, and I was in this laundry room. I was in daycare, and they locked me in the laundry room for daycare, and it was locked. And this ball of light came in there, and it telepathically communicated with me. It was like, everything's going to be okay. You're well protected. Don't worry, Taylor. You are on the right path. And then I just had this sense to move my hand toward this door. All right. And then it opened. So I waved it like this toward me, and the door opened. And then I waved it like that, and it closed, and I was tripping out. And I thought it was this little girl. I couldn't really believe. I thought this little girl that was on the other side, Lexi, was messing with me. And then the baby, so the daycare lady, she hears the door opening and closing, and she's weirded out. And then she sees me laying down and it opened and closed. She's like, Taylor, is that you opening and closing that? I was like, no, I was 6 years old. This is 6, 7 years old. And then so I was opening and closing it, and she's watching it. She caught me doing it and asked me, and I said I wasn't doing it. And then she watched me do it again, hiding around the door, and then told my mom about it. And then I told my mom I had talked to a guardian angel because we were moving to a new state, and my mom was going through divorce court and all sorts of stuff, and I was so full of a lot of fear and anxiety, but that really settled me. But it's weird because What's funny though, and I went through a lot of trauma after that, and I just kind of forgot about all of it. I like push. I I went atheist for like 20 years, and that it's funny. Like if it wasn't the pandemic woke me up, I had so much. My life, I had to flip my life upside down since the pandemic, but it's all for the best, you know. Like I can't believe I'm aware of the things I wasn't aware of before. And like I see the system for what it is. I quit my job like a year ago and just started doing my own thing. And like once you see the Babylon system for what it is, what you can't part we got to stop participating in it. I celebrate you being present. I love you, girl. Appreciate you. I celebrate being present. Yeah. The fake sea woke me up. Yeah. Yeah. I think actually it's it's a blood. I just see the positive of everything. They ultimately, those who work against us, the forces that work against us always fail. Like, and every time that it's just another level of aware, it brings another awareness to the collective. So we'll always defeat evil. We'll always be able to stop it, I believe. So so I welcome everything. All the energy shifts that's going on, it's all for the best. I don't fear anything. It's the biggest thing. I never try to spread fear. We should just be aware that we've been lied to about a lot of things, about everything. Basically, half truth. We've been given a whole lot of half truths, and that's how they do get us. Is like they give us just enough truth in everything, just enough truth to make it believable. But it's all corrupted. Can I get you on my podcast? Yeah, sure, brother. Just message me. That's what I'm kind of just trying to start get it. I want to start podcasts, doing more talking on podcasts. I was doing more a year ago. I got really, really busy, and I had to build myself up for a bit. Now I'm ready to start talking to people again. Truth does not, yeah, and Joe, but you have to be ready to look. But a lot of people don't want the truth. They want the illusion. Most people, it's too uncomfortable to look in the. That's why I posted the video about the mirror, looking in the mirror. You got to break the illusions, man. There's a lot of illusions we're afraid to shatter. We're dependent on them. Delusion of choice, yeah. Sheep are asleep. Yeah. So what do you see happening in the next 5 years? Well, I think in the next, Trump will win the election. It's all a script. We gotta start calling out the script. It's all part of a plan. Trump will win the election, and then we'll have like 5 years of peace if this happens. But then if we follow along with that, we'll be in pods. And the Matrix will be a real thing. That's what I think. I think unless we start coming together collectively, we and change the narrative. Because as long as we keep giving energy to their narrative, we're manifesting it. We're manifesting it. Everything is there's a spiritual war that we cannot see, but you can see if you unlock your higher self, your higher perceptions. But there is a war going on all around us for our sovereignty. But we're giving away our sovereignty. We're giving away our godhood, our God voice, our creative. We go to work We give all of our energy to these corporations that are enslaving us. That's not that this is not, you're not working for you. You're working for something outside of yourself. You're not putting energy and they're not putting energy toward creating a better world. They're putting energy toward enslaving us, and we're feeding it. Everything is energy, guys. And that's what, like, we got to start fighting back. Wake up and we're cluttered. Yeah. A lot of people are closed minded, but that's why it's our job not to worry about who's not ready and just keep worrying about let's keep coming together, us that know what's going on, and raising the collective vibration, because it's magnetic, guys. They're sheep. They have a lot of these people they're just, we have to save the most traumatized people. The most traumatized people are the most brainwashed. So that's layers and layers of love we got to shed over. Like, these people don't know how to love anymore. A lot of people, it's like, we've been beaten down, guys. It's not anyone's fault. It's not anyone's fault that, like, it's biblical, but it's time. It's our responsibility it is our job now that us that are aware, it is our job to keep trying to elevate that vibration. And that's usually by show, and by keep doing, like, there's nothing we can say a lot of times, but the more we gather numbers and the more we raise the collective, the more people will notice that energy. Yeah, prayer is real. Like, there's a real way to pray. And if we all just come together, like, if 10,000 people for just like 1 minute at the same time were the best version of themselves, like, we could shift this reality. Like, I really believe that. And there's studies, I post studies about this all the time. It's because this is a quantum matrix, guys. It's a projection of our consciousness. So what we believe to be true is true. Like, how we perceive things is based on how we want them to be perceived. And we've been trained a certain way on how to perceive things. So we think this is true, because that's why they sell us how this physical reality works. Like, oh, you don't know this. You have this one life. Because they want to keep you trapped in thinking like this is it. This is all there is. Everyone check out that video my friend King Magon did on. So one of the biggest things that helped me, I was fasted for 9 days, and there's some meditations I do. I've shown a lot of them to you guys already. But one thing I was doing, I started staring I'd turn the lights off and like light some candles and just stare into the mirror. And like, that's not the same person in the mirror. You can, once you shatter the illusion, this reality is a lot more mysterious than we've been taught. It's an electromagnetic, this reality is an electromagnetic universe. All right. And it's just a projection. It's all energetic. It's waves of energy. Fruit diet dreams are super clean, lucid dreaming. Yeah. Everyone, I take Shilajit. That helps a lot. What else? Dandelion root. I usually show all this stuff during my lives. I like to go over a lot of stuff, but Celtic salt for sure. You don't need much. The biggest thing we need have you ever took psychedelics and stared in the mirror? Yes, I have. Yeah, I've seen so many insane things. Uh, and I think to experience these insane things, you have to push the boundaries of your beliefs. You have to put yourself in a position to be vulnerable and scared. And like, that's a lot of people don't want to just be comfortable, but you have to ask yourself like really tough questions, and you got to look look in the mirror and start asking yourself what you can. That's where you defeat the demons, is in the mirror. That's where I defeated my demons. I used to hate myself. I used to think I was worthless. I used to contemplate suicide like every day for a long time because they got to me. But the DMT, and we create DMT in our pineal gland. Our bodies, we are the most advanced technology ever created. All right. There is no more advanced technology in the world than us. 95% junk DNA. You guys believe that? Like 95% junk DNA. No, I don't think so. I think they've been trying to keep something from us, guys. We are awesome. Yeah, that's a thing. Like, we are infinite beings. Anything we believe to be this reality, back when we had the giant trees, guys, and there were giants, there was, back to DMT, the bark of those giant trees, people were in a dreamlike state all the time, just manifesting and using magic. There was magic in the world, like, I promise you. And there can be again, but we've let them take the magic. But magic comes from, it's a belief system, is where it starts. If you don't believe magic is possible, then it never will. But if you start to understand how it is possible through electromagnetism, magic, it's magnetism. When you're an electromagnetic being, an electromagnetic universe, anything is possible because you are the creative force of this reality. Calcification of the pineal gland. Yeah, and that's why we need to detox those pineal glands. Even people, you don't even understand, like, even if you're not drinking the water, are you washing in that water? It's in the water, and our skin is very absorptive. So we're taking in that fluoride no matter what. So we need to be detoxing. Like, if you're in America, and probably Canada, if you're a Canada, hydrogen water for sure. Yeah. At least reverse osmosis. Alkaline water. You want to be alkaline as possible. I do CMOS. Yeah, I fast. I usually only eat like once every 3 days. Sometimes I do a lot of just like long fasts. I just follow my intuition 100%. I eat what my body tells me. I know how to listen to what my energy is speaking to me, and I know what it needs. But that's part of like unlocking your energy, is being aware. That's what you got to unlock, your intuition. Fasting is the key to health. It really is. Like, there's nothing I would recommend more than fasting to anyone. Fasting heals the body. I'll preach it from the rooftop. What's your take on clear? So I'm just going to tell you my take on dreams in general. I think dreams is essentially the fourth dimension. It's the in between of like the manifest and the unmanifest. It's like we're like a positive, and it would be a negative, and then the next realm would be like maybe a more physical reality. So I think that's where, like, it's a construct. It's a collective of our imagination, where all constructs, all ideas exist. Thoughts on Deja Revant? I'm not sure. I want to. So, Jamais Vu. I don't know if anyone knows a Jamais Vu. It's very similar to Deja Vu, but I had a lot of Jamais Vu. The synchronicities are essentially what they are, but I would call them Jamais Vu. I thought you post content of people speaking highly of Jesus. Yeah, well, I personally believe, Jesus is not the man. That is a false idol. Jesus is not, there is no J when this man was live. If this man's name was Isa, and I have a go read Irish Wisdom Preserved in Bible and Pyramids. Irish Wisdom Preserved in Bible and Pyramids, and learn the truth of the Vatican covering up our history to make us slaves for all humanity, like for all eternity, essentially. I'm glad I came across your life. Thank you. Most people think I'm crazy if I talk about things like this. Yeah, most people think, and that's why we have to stop caring what most people think. Most people have been trauma programmed and are mind slaves, and we have to not worry. We can't let them keep us from saving them. We still have to go and do the work. So we got to find each other and keep raising the collective. It's true. People better wake up, stop being spoon fed, and do your research. This man is correct. Yeah, I appreciate you, Scott. I've learned this too. Yeah. Trauma based mind control. Yeah. Do you know Billy Carson? And if so, do you agree? I think Billy Carson, anything you see on the mainstream is always going to be controlled opposition. Anything you see, whether it's Joe Rogan, whether it's Alex Jones, whether they're allowed to speak for a reason. And that's how they give us a lot of truth. So I hear I take what resonates, but they're giving you a narrative with the truth. They're selling you more half truths to set you up for a narrative. And I believe this to be true, whether it's Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, any single person that they give you on the mainstream, they're allowed to speak. Why are they allowed to speak? Because they're pushing some sort of narrative for them, because they control both sides. Whether it's left or right, they are the body. It's the same body. They serve the same body. So that's a part of fasting too, is when you unlock your intuition, you unlock your discernment. You can see through the lies much easier. And you got to start doing the work so you can work through the trauma. Like, we got a lot of trauma bonding that puts blinders on us, and until you do that inner work, you can't get those blinders off. Yes, Archaic Jason exposes Billy Carson. Yeah, see, Billy Carson, anyone who tells you that a savior outside of yourself is coming, they're selling you a story. Like, they're giving you a story. You're the savior. You got to bring Christ is a consciousness. Bring Christ back here. You are Christ. Why? Jesus said, you will do far greater things than me. So I'm gonna take Jesus's word, and I'm gonna do that. Even his name's Isa, but yeah, let's go do far greater things. Let's live up to Isa's name. Let's live up to the Christ. Let's not be little. Why are we living in shadows, scared? When if we want to do this man justice, we got to start living up to living at that vibration he was telling us to live at. Because sitting on a throne and falsely judging other people, that doesn't get us anywhere. Like, we got to start being an example and not following the herds of masses, and start being righteous. Everyone the ones here, we know what is righteous, and we know what to do. And we got to start showing. We got to show what is righteous, and that's that simple. Just be righteous. I didn't see that, but I seen the big killer robot with laser eyes and an island. They said the kingdom of the heavens within you. Yeah, Solomon's temple, it's right here. Soul, man, sun, moon, left brain, right brain, feminine, masculine. And then you bring this is Mount Meru. This is Moses. This is Gnosis. It's Gnostic knowledge. See, your nose, it splits black and white, the left and right. This is the highest point on the body, Mount Meru, okay? This is where it's the divine, it's where you split Isis, Osiris, and Horus. What they're talking about is where the feminine and masculine intersect. That's where your divine frequency comes from, is like your mix of feminine and masculine energy. That is the projection of the energy we call you, is your intersection of that energy. Have you ever used Reiki for healing someone? I've like just messed around with energy. I just practice also any kind of energy work. So I've tried healing people. I try healing my dog all the time. Hey man, you need to do this more often. Tell Dad, that's why I'm doing it. I This is just a practice one to see who start talking to people. I'm gonna just start doing this more often, and I want to just have you guys, people on here. I talk to so many of you that what I was saying earlier is everyone has their own perception that no one else can replicate. And we have to put all of our unique perceptions together. And that's how we raise the collective, is by understanding that we all have a part. We're all Christ. We all have a piece of the puzzle. And if we don't tune into that, at least all of us that are aware, if we don't be the hero, no one else is going to change the world. We have to do it. The chi is rising. Yeah. So raise your chi up. Like, why wait? I don't wait for anyone to do anything. I have to do it. If I want something to change, I have to do it. So that's what we're going to do, right? Is yoga safe? Absolutely. And pranayama, pranayama breathing and pranayama yoga are amazing. I practice pranayama breathing like every day. I self heal. And guys, like I was talking to my friend on here earlier, things like the didgeridoo and flutes and chanting, vibrating, those vibrations, they are vibrating on the pineal gland. And so that's helping secrete that DMT. So you're getting that help. Well, I was talking about earlier, back when the trees, the giant trees were releasing DMT, and we were more, see, when we're in a playful like state, that's when we have momentum. Have you ever been in that flow state where like you just win no matter what? That's because you're tuned into your vibration. Like, you're in that flow state, and it's not so much about right or wrong. You just know you're going with the feeling. And see, we used to be able to tap into that flow state like that because it's electromagnetic. Actually, is we're tuned to our intuition. We're following our intuition. And when we follow our intuition, that's when we're in our highest self is our childlike self. So like, if we want to learn something, to create a new synapses in your brain, it takes like 400 to 600 repetitions to create a new synapses when you're like studying. But if you're playing, it takes 20 to 40 repetitions when you're playing to create a new synapses in the brain. So like, knowing that, our schools are like prison training camps. Tapping into it now, I see. Yeah. And that's like, when you are able to tune into the energy, you just let the energy work through you. That's how you learn. That's how I learn, is by tuning into the energy. Like, tune out of this, tune out of the personality, and try and tune into being one with the universe, because all is one. It's all part of one flow of energy. This toroidal turning, as above, so below, as within, so without. Your internal environment is a projection of your external environment, and your external environment is a projection of your internal environment. So it's a fractal universe. We have to clean up the world around us to start cleaning up our internal, and then I'll clean up more our external, and then it's fractal. And then we begin, when we're cleansing ourselves, we start to project. Instead of going along with other people's energy, we're projecting our own energy now. We're projecting our own reality, and we're not following, and we're not giving energy to these systems that do not serve us. We're serving ourselves, which also serves the collective. It attracts more of that energy to you and like-minded people, and then that will attract more people to them. True, yeah. We've all seen, and that's why the truth resonates. People know that when we're all looking for authenticity, and there's just not a lot of it. And that's like, I don't do any of this for money. I've never done any of this for money. I just want to help. When that's what a lot of this is about. We just want to help. We know we're better. It's better. The world can be better. They're lying to us. They're just trying to keep us at war against each other. Let's come together. Like, anything we can do, we got to just start doing it. I've often thought, let's all learn sign language and Braille. And yeah, we should be, and that's the thing between the things we really should be like. We used to be, I'm ambidextrous in a lot of things, and I think that helps me a lot because that's balancing your feminine and masculine energies. And I think they really effed us up in a lot of ways. Like, not language is a way of expressing our energies, and like sign language was you're creating electromagnetic fields when you're doing sign language. That's why I do mudras intuitively when I'm practicing telekinesis, because you're creating different circuits, positive and different frequencies with your hands. So, uh, sign language is, I think we should have been, there's a reason we have like one. English is English, Angelish. That's a spell. We're casting spells on each other instead of like doing sign language like they used to do. We're casting spells on each other all the time. We're hexing each other with our words unintentionally, not knowing, because the world the world is mental, guys. If I say something to you and I change your perception of reality, if I hurt your feelings, I'm changing your perception, which changes the projection in which the world you're creating. So I'm changing what you put out into the world just by affecting just by a word. And people don't understand, like, when I talk about the manifest and unmanifest and what we give energy to in egregores, these thought forms are real things. And this is how like divination works, is because the spirit of a thing, when it gets in the air, it is, once um it becomes manifested into a thought form. Challenging beliefs are uncomfortable. Yeah. Chi Winaka, my friend, love this. Awesome. Hey, love you, Darnell. Scott, yes, every word has different vibrations. Every letter has a value. This is totally correct. Thank you, brother. I'm in a stalking cult. Wait, are you actually in a stalk? There's really a lot of people being gang stalked and shit, and that's pretty wild. Hi, where are you located? I'm in Wyoming. Mm-hmm. You use a Neurophone? This is in my TikTok. If you guys, I have a lot of stuff in my TikTok shop. If you go to my little list, um, whether I have She Legit in there and Celtic salts, a lot of the supplements I take. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. See, you got to step out of your. Not a lot of people saw my video with the hearts, but people seek comfort. The heart seeks comfort, but we have to seek uncomfortable is how we make progress. I got to remember the video, but the problem is, like, we naturally want to seek a state of comfort. We've been trained to seek a state of comfort, but we have to work past that. And I think a lot of people that are awake right now, that have seen through the veil, they've worked past that. Like, it's it's about that. You have to project that out into the universe. Be what you have to project what you believe and what you are into the universe. You can't just go along with it. You can't project other people's energy. Just go with the flow. See, that's why it's so funny. Like, we really were just trained to be like little worker ants. I love the Taurus vid with Shambhala. Yeah, is mate. Go follow my friend. He was on here. Samuel was on here earlier. Come here, Peterson. Hey, you guys want to see Princess Lily? This is my other daughter. I have two daughters. This is Princess Lily. Oh, she's the best puppy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's the best girl. Daddy's girl. She gets mad at me if I don't cuddle with her 24/7. So I'm saying Lily. My daughter's. That's funny that my daughter's name is. My daughter's name is Lyra, and my dog's name is Aaliyah. Aaliyah Atreides and Lyra Balakwa. It's not their real names, but that's kind of who they're after. I named both my daughter off of both my dog and my daughter off of my favorite books. I have wind around me everywhere I look. Things are falling down. I see different faces around me and small UFO everywhere. Yeah, so what I was trying to say to another, I used to have stuff like this happen all the time. You got to shield yourself and clear those. You got to clear them out of your mind and not let them take up space because they're allowed to exist. They're existing because we're allowing them to be there. And so we have to shield and not let them be there anymore. And that's why I know I'm protected because I know 100% I'm protected and nothing can touch me. And that I'm the Most High got me protected. And if it's my time is when I'm ready. Like I have no fear of anything because I know I'm protected from above. And when my time is, my time will be. How do you protect myself? By meditating and shielding myself from believing. Don't let yourself believe anyone. I don't let myself believe anyone says anything bad about me, and I don't let myself believe anyone wants anything bad to happen to me. Number one, I shield myself from any bad thoughts. I don't project thoughts, other people's thoughts on myself. I just work with people's energy, and then I shield myself from any energy I don't want. And I know I do this mentally. I practice it to a point where you have to believe. By believing is knowing. Same way when I say I believe I am telekinetic, it's I know God. I don't believe in God. I know God. I speak to God every day. I see God all around me. God is everywhere. It's not something to believe, it is to know. Your thoughts simply create your reality here in 3D, and the more you understand, you're projecting. So what you believe, you project, and what we see, what we identify as negative in others is a reflection of ourselves. It's just a reflection of something that it's a judgment on ourselves always. That's awesome. Shift to 5D. Yeah. I mean, shit, there's a shift. I don't put names to, or I don't. And same thing. What I try to tell people is like Yahweh and Jehovah. That I can tell you right now, that is not God's name because you cannot name God. To name something is to define it. So, like, God does not have a name. God is beyond comprehension. We cannot define God. Yod He Vad He, that is a title. That is the geometric lattice of creation. That is fire, earth, wind, water. Shin, the ether. Yod He Vav He Shin. Those are the elements, and then ether. God is the flow. This matrix, this divine matrix, which is us, which is a reflection of the collective consciousness. He who defines himself can't know who he really is. Yeah, exactly. Very true. 100. Can't put a gender on the genderless. Exactly. So that's why I know for a fact when people say Yahweh or Jehovah, you're being tricked. That's a different entity. Yahweh and Jehovah, they want you to, that's Moloch and Baal. All right. That's Baal and Moloch. Those are false deities. And that's why I post. If you want, my friend King Magon, he breaks out the proof of all of this. I've met so many amazing people the last year, which is why I'm starting to talk, because I've talked to so many and I've learned so much from so many people like you. So I want to keep talking to people like you guys and keep learning and keep spreading. I want everyone to learn with me. Like, let's keep learning together. Why not? I don't know about you, but this is what I love. I love learning from you guys. I've learned more in the last year, 2 years, from just regular people. I had to let go. We have to let go of all the bullshit we've been taught from the programming centers. Like, we gotta sit with ourselves, be still with ourselves. Maybe go. I'm not gonna say on here go and do psychedelics, but go go sit with yourself for a while, meditate, and you gotta find your inner. Okay, God's voice is in here, but we have a lot of layers of shit. Sometimes we have to just sit with ourselves and be quiet, meditate, let our bodies get back to base, let our mind, body, spirit just be silent for a bit, and then you'll detox that pineal gland, and then you'll start to hear that voice of God again. It's your intuition. It's Solomon's temple. You know what I'm saying? Primary source is not many left. Enlil was the God figure, trickster, the Garden of Eden. So he's a Lokian. Don't put God to death in the temple. Golgotha skull, place the death of enlightenment. I heard someone say weed was 3D vibrating. Isn't a listen? I Go listen to Bashar speak on weed. I've posted. I mean, it's probably on TikTok. I don't know if I have on here. Bashar does a really good job explaining weed. Weed is like a conscious enhancer. It's how you use it. If you're in a low vibration, you're going to project a lower vibration. If you're high vibration, you're going to project a higher vibration. I don't even hear real truth as much as I feel it these days. And that's the thing. Yeah, we when I unlocking your intuition, I don't care what people. I know that I just trust my intuition, the energy. Everything gives off an energetic signature. That's how I know what's true through videos and stuff. You you unlock your discernment. The voice of God. That's why I say the voice of God. That's your intuition. I don't have to question things because God already told me. I trust my intuition. And I believe everyone has, like, if you want to you have to get to a point where you trust your intuition fully. That's like that's how we unlock the superpowers. Cannabinoid receptors. Yeah. Sometimes it's like kind of glitchy on my end. Can you guys hear me all right when I'm talking? Oh, but yeah, I have a lot of cool people. I'm really excited. I have some really interesting people that I'm going to start talking with. A friend called, his name's Coach Tommy on TikTok. Sienna Wolf, I want to talk to on here. I need to see if my buddy. Can you guys hear me? All you guys that message me, if it takes me a while to get back to you, I apologize. It is so hard for me to keep up with all the, like, I love all of you. Thank you for messaging me. It's just hard to keep up. I get a lot of messages, and you guys are all really cool. And that's why I started doing this, because I'm trying to give enough time and energy to talking to you all, but it's hard. But you all teach me so much, so I want to do more stuff like this so we can speak in a group, like in a group setting, get more accomplished. Signal has recently dropped a few times. Okay. reach out to Donut Factory, the one-on-one podcast, Tommy Truthful. Oh yeah, dude. Y'all keep telling me about Tommy Truthful. I'll have to check that out. You're doing excellent, Linda. I thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm gonna do a friend on here, Sienna Wolf. I just posted her doing the pyrokinesis with the purple flame. That was wild. But I'm gonna start doing. I used to teach telekinesis classes and just do some coaching. If anyone's interested, I'm gonna start doing some of that stuff again. But the thing about the telekinesis stuff, it's more of you, you the work's done outside the court, you know. It's done in the introspection, the meditation. So it's kind of hard to teach. Teaching people telekinesis is teaching people to love and believe in themselves. Really, is what it comes down to. Because that's where that's where that magic comes from, is that inner love, that inner joy that you want to share. You want to share that energy. And a lot of us forgot how to use it. A lot of us forgot how to put our love and our light out. I learned a lot through the Sumerian cuneiform tablets, as in truths about our hidden human history. Yeah, me too. And Zachariah Sitchin, I don't know. I still think it kind of freaks me out. It seems like that's a bit of a narrative. But I just read books nonstop. So I read Zachariah Sitchin was really great. Like I said, what is it? Secret Teachings of All Ages. That's like the number one book I recommend to everyone. Secret Teachings of All Ages. I used to astral travel and have outer body experiences when I was younger. Yeah, and you can do that again. That's what I realized. I stopped being able to tap in. I used to be so imaginative, and I just let myself become a brain slave for so long. But if I escaped, if I got out of it, I was supposed to be a brain slave. Yeah, Manly P. Hall. He's my favorite. Manly P. Hall is probably my favorite author. Reverse Spirit Hall. Manly P. Hall Teachings, greatest book I've read. Yeah. Have you read any of the newly published from Walthauer people? No. Send me, hey brother, send me what you're talking about. Yeah, I love reading. I love you guys send me so much amazing shit. So I appreciate. Man, you guys are also awesome. Some of the coolest shit I get is sent from people on here and on TikTok. So I really appreciate all of you. Matthew LaCroix is my new favorite. Sweet, you gotta send that over. Yo, what up? My boy Tyler Canning in the house. Bro, you still fighting? Thanks for the book recommendation. Lyric books, a bunch of. Oh, dude. Books, you gotta read old books. The truth is. Okay. So any books after 1920 are all garbage. 1880, subtitle. Books before 18, if you can find books before 1880, you'll find a lot of interesting shit. The world will start being a lot cooler again. You'll see some stuff. I love the Anunnaki. Yeah, cool. Yeah, the other book, not a lot of people have read this book, but I know a lot of people are interested in etymology. If you want to know the origins of basically all etymology, it goes back to the Punic Wars, guys. When the Phoenicians, the Canaanites were at war with Rome. All right. And these were the same Phoenicians that were at Julius Caesar's doorstep. See, there's 200 years, this 200-year Punic War is when all of our history got buried. But There's the etymology. All language leads back to one language, and all pyramids, all these languages and all these pyramids, they all lead back to Isa. Isa became Jehu, became Jesus. So the truth, the Vatican, the Council of Nicaea hijacked the real story of Isa or Jesus, whatever you want to say. See, I don't like preaching about this shit because I don't want to mess with people's beliefs, but the educate yourself, make, because this is also the what is it? Irish wisdom preserved in Bible and pyramids. Okay, in it, I think the guy's a Rosicrucian, and like there's a narrative being pushed by him in itself, but it's just like Billy Carson. We were talking about everything. Everyone is pushing a narrative. You have to unlock your discernment so you understand the truth of what's really going on. But like I'm saying, the Vatican Library, the Smithsonian, why are they hiding the truth of giants? Why are they hiding the truth? I mean, I like, there's okay, America, I'm going to tell you guys right now, America, so Ohio is Egypt and Palestine is in Salt Lake City. The Dead Sea is Salt Lake City. That's the real, America is the old world. This is where the most pyramids in the world are. And another thing, geology is biology. These mountains, a lot of these mountains, they were trees, and a lot of these mountains are petrified giants. Like, I know this sounds crazy, guys. I know it does, but I post videos of people doing real research that they don't want you to see. I got the receipts, guys. I've been doing this for the last year. I've met a lot of really intelligent people. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to start talking. I'm going to start talking to a lot of them on here. Or I'm trying to figure out, I don't know where's better. I was going to start doing, going on YouTube more. I thought it'd be less censored, but I don't really know. I was going to just see what y'all think. Does the Catholic Church represent twisted version of what it is to worship God? Yeah. I mean, there's hidden symbology. I mean, look at the fish head. That's Dagon. This is Babylonian. What is really behind it is like this spirit of this Babylonian spirit that wants to enslave humanity. That's what really is going on. There's a counterfeit spirit. AI is connected. AI has been around as long as AI has controlled our entire reality as far as we can remember. Like, this is how they were able to deceive us for so long, is because they've always had this technology. Things happen. There's a vibrational shift. Destruction was imminent. They put everyone that didn't believe the truth in crazy houses. They had all these incubators and orphan houses and crazy houses, and they were mass mind controlling people, guys, and you couldn't speak up about shit. But like, everything's coming out now. And it's insane to talk about, but once again, we have the receipts. If you know, you know. And we gotta, where there's shadows, the righteous have to cast light where there's shadows. So like, this is what we got to do. We can't just we can't sit here in comfort and say like, oh, well, someone else will take care of it, because no one else will take care of it. CERN. Yeah. Look at CERN. Yeah. Okay. First of all, they gave us gravity, this fake gravity. Everything is electromagnetism. They're building a super electromagnet. Yeah, it's a portal. They're making portals. It's obvious they're like, that thing is a portal. They showed you in Stranger Things it was a portal. Like, it's silly anymore, guys. Like, we're not dumb. Serpent Mound, yeah. Serpent Mound. Oh, okay. Another thing, the Amazon is a giant garden. So let me explain that to you. The Amazon is a giant garden, and 90% of pharmaceuticals come from the Amazon. They ate their medicine. We are living. So look, that's how you're supposed to garden, number one, and that's how you're supposed to medicate yourself, number two. We've been put in these little boxes, and a lot of us, like, we've been raised in captivity, bro. Like, a lot of people have never been connected to nature, and nature is God. So like, how are people supposed to believe in God if they've never been around God? They've been in captivity. They've been shielded from God, which is it, spirit, energy, that flow, being part of the flow of nature. Watch a river. See, it's just, we are just like, okay, imagine a drop of water leaving a stream of water. So like, if that drop of water doesn't connect back to the stream, it will dissolve and go back with the flow of energy, or it'll be absorbed by a plant, it'll be used, unless that drop of water creates a connection, a stream back to source, and then it can become its own body. And that's what we have to do, is become sentient, that we are an energy outside of the collective. We have to connect our energy to be, and that's how we kind of raise our consciousness, that we are one, but we are one with everything, but we are our own resonant frequency, individual vibration. Is there cosmic justice? Do bad people? Yeah. So we get what we create our own hell. So when we do bad things, we do bad things because we believe we're bad people. And we believe we're bad people because we were told we're bad people. And we it's from this trauma training. It all comes back to like not being properly cared for. And like, that's why they throw like psychopath, like serial killers in our face. Like, they're just deranged people, but these are people that have been, every single serial killer has been like sexually abused, head damage, trauma. These are people that have been conditioned into monsters. And CIA, like, if you want to look at the Unabomber and Charles Manson, those are CIA plants. They were made by the CIA. So yeah, exactly. So they create all these boogeyman for us to fear, and then they throw it in our face. They put it in the media, and they make these boogeymen. So that's the energy in the room. They fill us with fear. My tap water has a lot of calcium, and the fluoride attracts the calcium. So make sure you're getting different water, guys. And like I said, make sure you're doing stuff to detox, because even if you're not drinking it, we're bathing in it. We have very absorptive skin. Our skin absorbs all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta try getting on Shilajit, get some Celtic salts, uh, try fasting at least. So we should be, when the Bible says, give 10% tithings to the church, what it's actually saying is give 10% to Solomon's temple. All right. 10%. So that's 3 days of every month. That's when your sun is when the moon is in your sun sign, you should be giving 10% to meditation, fasting. And that's when you raise that Kundalini, that Christos oil up the spine. So if for 3 days you can fast, guys, you're going to do more good than anything. Just figure out when your sun is in your moon, the moon is in your sun sign, and start getting your body back on back in the circadian rhythms it's supposed to be on. HGH activates. Yeah. And so HGH and the DMT are both, and one other thing, are chemicals released by the pineal gland. So imagine if we have healthy pineal glands and are able to activate have our Kundalini rising, and use our pineal gland, our antennas to the spiritual world, will have a connection with our spirit. The spiritual realm. That's what's up, guys. That's what's important here. You know what I mean? I think a lot of you, that's what a lot of you that are here are more tapped into your intuition. And that's because you are connecting. That's your God voice. You're connected to that God voice. I think I connected to Source one night and I saw it and I woke up in a crazy energy 2 days straight and felt like, let's see, felt like straight. I felt like I could have ran nonstop. Yeah, I could sleep 2 days. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That's what I'm talking about. You get in that flow state and you just know anything's possible. It's just when you're tuned to your vibration. And that's what we got to start. We got to start pumping people up and start hyping people up and loving people and saying like, yeah, tune to your vibration, find yourself, do you. But we've been trained since school. The internet shaped us to be the worst human beings we can be on the internet. That was intentional. They intentionally made the internet to be a filth, to try and drown out the light. We have powers. Absolutely we do. 95% junk DNA. 95% junk DNA. Ask yourself. That sounds like junk science. I don't believe that. I think if we unlock 95% of our DNA, we're going to do a lot of really cool things. Touch on the healing of bells. Yeah, so let's talk about the cathedrals, the cathodes. Those are like just big resonant chambers for electromagnetic conductors to transmit energy. And I think that they had a electric frequency grid, and those bells in the cathedrals, that's healing energy because it's like source vibrations. The solfeggios, it's the vibrations of, that's why I post about the solfeggios and the golden ratio, because those are like, that's where colors, this is where the divine matrix is created from. So if you get back to resonant frequency of like our resonant frequency, a dis-ease, a lot of dis-ease, these are energetic things. These are things happening because of our energetic body. And that's why unlike, what is with the needles, acupuncture, things that they understand that all humans around the world need to understand it's their responsibility to unfuck themselves. Yeah, absolutely. And that's no, the big problem is not many people are ready to, it's too scary for them. That's the biggest thing. When I talk to people, it's too scary. Oh, you're probably right, but like I am too busy, and then it's too like it's what like if it's true, then what? Then I don't know what to do. I won't. Yeah, you gotta be ready to fight those battles. Yeah, those are hard answers. Like, and it's like there's a lot of shit going on, and if you admit they're real and you see they want plausible deniability. They're comfortable with their plausible deniability. The electromagnetic regulatory system is the first regulatory system in the chain of failure. A strong electromagnetic. Yeah, exactly, Nick. And we are given all these heavy metals and the fluoride. We are dense. They're making us dense, so our electromagnetic field is dense. We're keeping our energy shallow, really, really shallow. And that's why we're sick. We're at a low vibration. And actually, it's my belief that because we're at a low vibration, these entities, these not viruses, these entities can only exist at these vibrations. So I think we've allowed ourselves to be in a dense enough vibration, a dense enough reality that they exist. But we can stop believing it at any time. Say, no, we do not live in a reality where these little parasites can attach to us. And that's what everything is, parasites. Cleanse yourself of these negative thoughts. It starts with negative thoughts. Don't let them attach to you. Don't project others' thoughts on yourself. Don't worry about what other people think or say about you. You are divine. You are protected. You are connected to source light, and you are a divine frequency. You exist for a purpose, and you have a voice for a reason. So that's what's up. Hiya, Layla. You have to have thick skin. Yeah, and actually, I love the people that tell me that, the ones that tell me I can't keep me going. Like, I love that motivates me. The more people that don't believe, that's just more people I get to help in the end. So, and all their hate is just a reflection of themselves. Nothing can really get to you once you understand, like, people project their trauma on people because that's what they've been trained to do. But we don't have to participate in that anymore. We have to just start exposing the truth for what it is. It doesn't matter if people don't like it. My friend Dennis was gonna get on here. I'm gonna see if he gets on here. He's got kids, so I don't know what time. That's what sucks. Everyone's like East Coast. But I'd love to, you guys message me if you ever want to talk on here with me. I'm going to start inviting. I just want to start doing, I don't know. Once again, I just trust my intuition fully. Like, what I'm supposed to do will unfold as it's supposed to, but I'm happy to talk to all of you. What's your take on Reiki? I fully believe in Reiki. I think everything comes down to belief. You only benefit from what you are allow yourself to believe in. And when I say believe, know God, don't believe in him. Don't believe in good. Know that you are good. And energy is good. You can heal from others' energy. Rewriting trauma is so difficult to do. It is the most difficult battle we face. But all of us that are conscious, we've made it through that. I think every one of us here are fighting through those traumas or have faced those fears and seen that they were illusions, that those traumas don't reflect reality. But the people that seem the healthiest, the people making money, those are the most traumatized people, actually. Those are the most mind-controlled people because they are believing the illusions because they're too afraid not to believe the illusions. They're afraid to think for themselves. You're attached to the physical world, and your psyche is attached to the spiritual world. So we have to keep our mind, bodies, and souls cleansed, or else we allow negative entities, parasites to attach, negative beliefs to attach to us. And then those negative entities, those negative beliefs allow us to filter reality through their lens. They allow us essentially to put blinders over us, to change how we view reality. So it's important until you cleanse yourself of these false lights, these false filters, your discernment isn't unlocked. This is our moment. Yeah, I know, like, I see so many of you, I speak to so many of you, and I know you've got it. Any book recommendations? Yeah, like I said, Manly P. Hall, Secret Teachings of All Ages is one of my favorites. Carl Jung, what is it? Little Red Book. What is another one? Irish Wisdom Preserved in Bible and Pyramids. Maybe I'll make a post. I was going to make a post about this earlier and I never did. I'll make a list. I'll just post a list of books for y'all, because books, yeah, guys, look to old books and look to people you can trust. Santos Bonacci, um, Jordan Maxwell, um, what's the Hovland. There's a lot of really amazing resources, guys, to as well as books that we can use to figure out what's going on. Everything you need to know but have never been told by David Icke is a great one. Mm-mm-mm. I would like your explanation of that. What, Penrod? Here, let me see if I can find it. The people that make the most are the blind. Okay, the people that are making all the money, um, the people that are happy right now, it's because they've bought into an illusion. They're not. They're feeding energy. They're. This is how the illusion has to feed off our energy. So it can only exist as long as we give energy to it. So as long as we give energy to these false idols, like these the celebrities they put on our screens, the stories they show us, we're feeding our energy to it. So that gives the illusion. Matt, that's why it exists. If we stop feeding into it, it wouldn't exist. Um, and the reason we do feed into it is because we're traumatized. The people that think they bought into the materialism of this world, but that's the trap. The material world is the trap. That's why 666, it's not the number of the beast. It's just that's carbon. That's why diamonds, that's why they put the diamond on your ring, because it's the most carbon dense thing on earth. They want you to worship the most carbon dense thing on earth, and we do it. When we're supposed to worship, we're supposed to try and get back to ether, fire, birth. What, like my homie was saying, birth by fire. We got to dissolve the illusions. So programmed people are the fuel cells for this. Yeah, they are. I mean, we are so we're the creative force of this reality. We give our energy, and it makes the unmanifest manifest. It doesn't matter how you want to look at it. That's how it works. So if we're trained to follow these black boxes our whole life. Yeah, the Mr. Smith effect, Truman Show. We're just living the reality that they give us. And yeah, Francis Bacon. So Francis Bacon and his cohorts, they wrote Shakespeare. They're the real authors of Shakespeare. So they wrote the narratives of their time, and they're the real authors of the King James Bible. And they were using spells. They were using sacred geometry on all the writings, on the sonnets. Go look at it. They're using sacred geometry. They're using divine properties to give energy to their projections, their narratives. Seek a wise phrase. Yeah. Saturn's cube. Yeah. Oh, I just listen to music really over Facebook, Twitter. Oh, I don't need that in my life, nor just tired of all of it. Is there a version of the Bible that you can trust? I don't know, man. I'm trying to learn Hebrew, to be honest. And I'm trying to learn, I like to study Phoenician. Everything goes back to Phoenicia, which is the Phoenicians were the Aryans, and they were the Aryans because they were Aries. They were the first people, and that was Atlantis and Tartarus. And it's wild how all our states, our landscapes are built just like the computer chip. Yeah. Yeah. Tesla said 369 the keys of the universe. 369 is talking about, yeah, that's because it's the torus field. It's frequency, vibration, electromagnetism. This is a realm and it's electromagnetic reality. It's a projection of consciousness. And that's what, like, go look at the double slit experiment. The quantum mechanics, all the whatever, uh, quantum entanglement. That's literally the sun and moon, the yin and yang. Everything has to follow. Oh, sorry, I got tons of comments hidden. Can't unhide. Facebook Nazis. Really? See, that's why. Yeah, I'm gonna start a live over on YouTube and see if it's better over there. But I was trying. It's hard. My computer's. I suck at getting my computer up. Oh shoot! No, no. I'm new to all this, so bear with me, guys. Everything is quantumly entangled with something. Yeah, because and as above, so below, as on earth, so in heaven. But yeah, everything is a reflection of something. Because everything is light, and light carries magnetism. Magnetism, that is God. That's energy. You better at tech than me, brother. Yeah. And it's still like a nightmare for me. So like I wish this is like the biggest hurdle is like trying to figure out how to, dude, like why do I can't. I wish TikTok was dope for a minute and now I'm just like so suppressed on TikTok. It sucks. Have you ever experienced ego death on a trip? Yeah. My very first trip. So it was around the beginning of the pandemic, and I was like, dude, I had some demons in me. I was at the end of like I had could reality was too much, bro. Haha, I run a chat server, Matrix and Apps protocol. If anyone completely de-googled. Okay, so what was I saying? Um, damn, what was I talking about? Ego. Okay, yeah. So the first time, this is where it all started, and because I took mushrooms for the first time, and I just couldn't. I connected. I could see spirals of energy coming out of me, coming out of plants, coming out of rocks, and I realized it was all just it was all just consciousness collapsing it to make like it was an illusion. It was all an illusion. It was just energy, spirals of energy, and I was one with the universe. But like I was my own. I could be my own energy, but that we're like part of one collective. I don't know. There's a harmony. It's all like there's a structure, a harmonic structure to reality, and ours kind of got hijacked. I think there's false constructs, there's a false matrix placed over our divine matrix. Mind controlling reptilians don't stop on the planet, keep going. Prison Earth, same as prisoner. Tech can be used against them. I mean, tech is mostly their domain. They create the tech. It's all part of their narrative, I think. We are the most advanced technology. We are the most. We got to start unlocking our DNA, unlocking our higher abilities, tuning into our higher selves, trusting our intuition, not worrying, getting in nature more, um, doing energy work. Washington State White Lions race following. What's up, Zach? I love Washington's like my true home. It's where my heart is, bro. I love Washington. I grew up in Spokane. Yes, we are the solution. Higher self is the solution. Exactly. And that's what I keep saying. That's what Christ consciousness is about. You have to be the hero in your story, guys. You have to write your own book, write your own story to the price. So by having the eyes to see and the ears to hear, I noticed a trend of Kabbalistic worship and all these um, worship and all of these concerts. Super Bowl. See, they're using Babylonian. I think they're using dark magic, which they're inverting. I think there's no such thing as the Kabbalah is not good or bad, just like Freemasons are not good or bad. Everything is a neutral. It's just how it's a force that can be used. They use the knowledge to use black magic to cast mind control and other kind of they've been using. Okay, here we go. Yeah, getting your wisdom teeth pulled. Your teeth are nerve endings. They're nerve caps. Um, but yeah, what I was saying earlier is like mind control is black magic. Dark psychology is black magic because mind is matter. What you believe to be true, like I was saying earlier, as if you change how someone feels or change how someone perceives the world around them, you're changing their reality. So it's a big responsibility. When we speak to people, we should be careful with our words. It's crazy to see how quick people are to try and hurt someone. Like that is trained. People hurt people hurt people. That's not a natural thing. Here, I'm gonna switch. My shit's gonna die. Curse is a curse. They're cursing you. Let's see. All right, I'm back. Da-na-na-na. Actually, I'll be right back. We're down to maybe I'll stop the stream and start it back up in a little bit. We've been live for like an hour. Are you guys tired of hearing me? Anything anyone wants to talk about too? Like maybe we'll take a break. There's someone I was going to talk with for a bit. He's really interesting. I was talking to him earlier a couple of days ago. He had really interesting ideas. Okay, deep knowledge. They control an etheric realm teleportation device. The Integratron. And then Integratron. Then. Blah, blah, blah. Do you know who? Can you guys hear me? I put on different headphones. Eric Dollard. Do you know Eric Dollard? Nick? Because Eric Dollard knows what's up. If you guys, that's enough. God, dive into Eric Dollard. He will tell you what's up. Um, the pipe organs. He explains what the pipe organs, how they would heal the pipe organs. These master builders, how they would throw a stick and listen to how it vibrated, the vibrations, and that's how they would map out how to build those pipe organs. He tells all about those and how they would heal, how they emit healing frequencies and alignment of the sun and how the energy oh my God, just go in. Okay, so Eric Dollard is probably he's doing did groundbreaking research on Tesla-like research, okay, on cosmic induction and basically harnessing the ether. And now do you guys know who Dr. Parkenstein is? Yeah, so 369, this is where all this comes from. So Dr. Parkenstein and Dr. Parkenstein has sent energy wirelessly to his friend Saint Nicola. So Saint Nicola, he gets all he learned from Eric Dollard. Like that's his Pythagoras, he says. Shape shifting mother trucker. Wait, who's the shape shifting mother trucker? Oh no, slow connection. Am I losing y'all? Who's a shape shifting mother trucker? Kinanin again. Kinanin again. Kinanin again. Kinanin again. Okay. See, I'm not a reptilian because I can say kinanin again. Kinanin again. Kinanin again. Kinanin again.